Yeah.
Cap, according to Monique, means that the hat on the head means you're lying. I've never heard that, but that's the origin of cap. I'm about to look this up. I'm gonna look.
Tendencies to be less open-minded.
Which is crazy because that's literally one of the three spiritual principles that
Right.
we have to follow.
Yeah.
We have to have
Indispensable.
open. Yeah, we have to be open-minded.
It's intense stuff. Don't
That's the
sound
one you
like
can
the
do.
president
Yeah,
and start
yeah.
inventorying yourselves, but be true to yourself. You don't have
And when I came back, the place was a mess. So I knew I was missed.
to get beyond my wildest imagination.
It's getting deep in here
man.
now. Now
It's
deep.
incredible, man.
Have the rainbow without going through the rain. And
I love it.
me
That's
too.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And, and applying the recovery, I thought about it for a second.
Good afternoon, VA. What's
Sticking
up,
with that.
everybody out there? Yes, I'm sticking with it. I love it. That's the thing.
Whatever works.
What, we don't know if it works yet. See if anybody likes or subscribes. All right, everybody. Welcome to the McShin Foundation's Get in the Herd podcast. We're going to do one of our little short motivational tips for the day. So if you're tuning in, that's what we got going on. If you're tuning in, if you happen to tune in this later on tonight, or if you're tuning in now, please hit the like button and subscribe. So whoa, we lost you for a second there, Steve. All right, there we go. Subscribe to the podcast. First, before we get into anything, I just got to say, Travis, stand up. Let the viewers see what you're wearing. Well, just show everybody what Travis is wearing. He claims this was a $400 sweatsuit.
It was about.
He says he hasn't officially started working here yet, so that's why he's wearing it, because you definitely can't wear that if you work here.
Well, it's
You can
dress
wear-
up. It's dress up Thursday. I dressed up for Wednesday.
Yeah, you can wear it with dress up for Halloween. You can wear that like when you're going to your high school reunion.
Well, you don't understand. I've been watching a lot of Sopranos lately.
That looks like a surprise.
Yeah,
It definitely does. All right, everybody. So we're going to get into this real quick. Before I do, just want to shout out our sponsor, Farley Center. Thank you for sponsoring this podcast, and thank you for all the good work you do out there in the community. If you got anybody that needs treatment and you got insurance, commercial insurance, call Kelly Eason. Give her a call, 804-638-7329. They have a detox and they have a treatment center. They're located in Williamsburg, Virginia. So give them a call. Thank you, Farley Center, for all the great work you do out there.
Very, very smart company. They got in on the ground floor with us, sponsoring.
They did, yes.
Yeah, so they're going to be locked in because one day, what do you think,
They
Steve?
might be grand.
They're going to be begging for us.
They will. Breaking the door down.
Yeah.
We're going to be famous.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So let's get it. Travis, what you got going on?
I ain't got too much going on. I was thinking about the spiritual principles, and you're so
know what those are?
knowledgeable. No, yeah, I know a few of them. I like maybe one, but just from all our conversations, man, Jesse's very knowledgeable about these. You could tell he's read the book once or twice, probably both books, the big book and the what's the other one called? The big book and the
Basic text?
the basic text. And so I think this spiritual principle is in both of them. Wouldn't you think?
I don't know which one
I don't
you're
know.
talking
First of all, just let me ask. Early on, like when you first start trying to apply the spiritual principles, which one would you say is the most important one? Now, I know it's kind of cheating because we spoke a little bit beforehand, so this isn't technically
I
off the
wasn't gonna-
cuff.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything at this time until you brought that up. So
Oh,
I really
okay.
wasn't going to say it. I was going to act like it was off the cusp. But,
Yeah, but I'm working the first spiritual principle. So
that's good.
there we go.
So I'll give my answer. But anybody that's tuning in and watching, what do you think? What would be your answer? What's the first spiritual principle that you think you should be applying, or what's the easiest one? That came to you right when you first trying to get into recovery. What would you apply? And if you happen to log on, and it's not live, answer the question. Drop the question in the comment box. We'll try to get on there and respond. So you're asking me, Trav, what principle do I think I needed to apply first? I really got to say the first one, it was honesty. It was definitely honesty, man. And it wasn't like honesty to you or to Steve or to Joe or to Jim. It was, man, I had to get honest with self, right? The hardest thing about this illness that we suffer from, the hardest thing, Trav, so you can go to a doctor and a doctor can draw some blood and say, hey, man, you have high blood pressure. You need to take this medication. Or they'll draw some blood and say, hey, man, you got cancer. We got to treat you, right? But I go to a doctor, man, and the doctor can't, they can tell me, hey man, something's wrong with you, man. You're an addict, right? But the hardest thing about this disease, this illness, is the self-diagnosis. Until I get honest with self, I can't do nothing, right? Until I make that honest admission to myself that I got a problem, then I mean nothing can happen. It's just so that principle there was the one that I had. So when I finally threw my hands up, right, I was willing to do something. I was open minded, but I had to be honest to myself, right. That came first. It was that honest admission. Hey, I need some help, right.
Yeah.
And then some things followed behind it. Some willingness, some open mindedness.
Well, that might be why it is the first spiritual principle then. Because I like that, man. You gave me, I got a little bit of chills, man. Jesse's got the spirit flowing this morning, man.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's because I'm freaking doing this training right now, so I've been talking.
Ethics
I've been
training.
talking- I've been
I love
talking for
ethics.
three-
I'm
when I
all
get-
about the ethics.
when I get in my little zone, my talk game will be a little better. So maybe that's what it is. I got to get back to that too. But yeah, honesty, Trav. I think that's a great question, man. Like, what do we, when we're first here, man, what do we need to work on, man? And like those three are like hand in hand: honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. And that's what we were talking about before. Trav was talking about willingness, man. And you said willingness. What? So the willingness to you, what was so important with that one?
Well, because before I even got to take a look at honesty, which I worked through with my sponsors, and trust me, there's a lot of work to do with the honesty piece with me. But I just had to be like willing to listen, willing to take a suggestion. I thought that surrender might have even came first, but I had to even be willing to surrender. So willingness definitely seemed major to me, especially first coming in. Just willing to jump in and get your hands dirty, willing to do anything. So willingness just seemed like the first one to me. So I mean, I guess it's apples and oranges if we're thinking about it, because it is the first three. So,
Apples and oranges?
Yeah, well, explain it for him, Steve.
That's just two different things.
Yeah, it's two different things,
Well,
but they're
you made it
both
sound like
good.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
two different
now
things,
you
but
get
they're
it.
both
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay, that's better. All right.
Yeah, there we
Because-
go. Sorry, we got a little deep with the fruit.
I
Jesse,
mean,
he's been eating keto bars
I like
lately.
an apple's my favorite fruit, right?
I could have said apples to apples.
He's an apple.
Yeah.
I'm an apple guy, right?
Tomato. I could have said potato.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, two things. But
Okay, we see you, Kelly. Kelly said gratefulness. Gratefulness was one of the first ones she had to work. I think it's a she. Sorry if it's Kelly.
hold on.
Remember Kelly, the guy that when you first got
Oh
her, you
yeah,
got partnered with?
yeah. Oh yeah, somebody brought him. Yeah,
was
they
us,
had this
yeah.
guy shadowing me. Come to find out, like this has been about 5 years ago. Come to find out, it was me having to shadow this guy. man.
No.
It's
He
off the
had-
chain.
Wait a minute.
This guy was crazy.
Y'all both were off the chain.
No wonder-
Honesty, open-mindedness, willingness.
Hold
Yep,
on,
and
hold
grateful.
on, Kelly, hold on. When is gratefulness a spiritual principle?
What? Yeah.
Is it? Well, I was okay. So
Gratitude?
maybe we should have been more clear
Gratitude,
about
surrender.
the gratitude. Where are y'all adding these in at? What book are y'all reading? Because this ain't in the basic text of the big book. I read 5 spiritual principles, and gratitude wasn't one of them.
Well, it should be.
I got somebody edited my book. So, who's got the
Look,
whiteout?
That's how we know you've only read 5 pages in the basic text.
There's nothing like the first 5.
Kelly,
just like the
what's up,
first 5
Kelly?
spiritual principles.
There's so many more spiritual principles than honesty and open-mindedness and willingness.
I love those
You need
3.
to learn.
3 is
In
a divine
let me
number
tell you
too.
something. In AA,
I like humility. That's
AA's principles. So it's a little different. It's the same. There's principles. They're the same. But like when you talk about step work in AA, honesty, yes, is the first one. But open mind. They have a different spiritual principle for each step that they apply to
a
each
principle
step.
for. Oh, I got you.
For
I got
each
you.
step,
I got you.
right?
I got you.
So
Yeah.
like when you think about the third step, what's the spiritual principle?
The third step is to be ready for the fourth.
It's actually good. That's so when I was doing the third step, I always ask, what's God's will for me? And some old timers like, God's will for you is just to go on and do the 4th step. That's your will.
And he
Just
thought
go
I
on.
didn't read the book.
good
He thought I didn't read the book, didn't he, Steve?
So the third step in AA, the spiritual principle they say to that is faith, right? In NA we use willingness a lot. We say willingness is You know, and a lot of people, when they break down the steps in NA, they say honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. Honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. Honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. That's how they do it, right? You know, in NA, it's a different principle for each step.
Yeah, why do they only say those three? Because there's two more after that that are pretty important too. Surrender. We just blacked out. Can you see us?
Yep. But look, my 10 minutes is up. I got to get back to this training,
Hey,
y'all. I got to get
man.
back to the training. Kelly Grundy is good. Good seeing you on here. Always gratitude, man. Gratitude's an action word, man. So that falls under back to being willing. You know, what am I willing to do, man? We're back up. All right, we're back up. Look, I do got to hop off because I'm in the middle of doing ethics training. We're in a little breakout group. They're eating their lunch. They're doing a breakout group.
This is a
and it's a
breakout
great. This is a breakout group too.
But
It's a
before
great-
we
I
go,
got-
I want to show you because Jesse is very busy and he is doing the ethics class. I mean, he is kind of like, I don't want to use the word cheating on me, but he definitely like did it without me, and like ethics is my thing.
Right.
But I love that Jesse picked my spiritual principle, which I think is like the best one, and he was willing to come up here and take his time. So like, thanks, Jesse, man.
Yeah, thank you, Trav. I love coming up here with you. I want to shout out Real Life because that's who we're doing this training for. Real Life, great organization. They're located over in Richmond, Virginia. I don't know their exact address, but they reached out and asked if we could do an ethics training for them. So that's what we're doing. They got their whole team here, so that's pretty cool. They brought their whole team. You know, so we're doing that with them. We do a lot of these right now. We got a training going on in actually West Virginia.
I love West Virginia.
Franklin, one of our staff members.
Huntington, shout out to
John,
Huntington.
John Shinnels. They're there doing our recovery coach training. It's pretty cool because our recovery coach training actually is their state training, right? It's equivalent to their state training. Here in Virginia, it's a little different, but their training is equivalent to this. So, you know, we're doing a TOT there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, man. You know, I had to get honest with myself, right? That was the first thing I had to practice, right? You know, I had to just, you know, I got to smash that delusion because there was a delusion when I first got clean. Like, you know, when I first came into recovery, there was a delusion when I was using like that. I didn't have a problem. Like, I had to smash that, right? You know, and that was real important for me. And then everything started falling into place, man. But I got to get out of here, man. It's a great topic. Great, you know, Trav, I hope you stay willing
I'm always willing.
throughout all this. I hope you're willing to change that outfit.
All right, now I'm willing. All right, now I'm willing to let you go back to ethics class. You killed the whole vibe. Anyway, everybody out there, no matter what order you're working them spiritual principles, just work them.
That's
Peace.
right.
Thank you.